Hey, hello everyone. Welcome to the another episode of Product Management Interview Experience. I am Sugat, and today we have Anurag, who has recently joined Shine.com as an associate product manager. Welcome, Anurag.
Hey, hi, Sugat. Thank you. Thank you so much for having me on this platform.
Perfect. Folks, this video is again a special video because for the last few videos, I have been speaking about Relevel Test by Unacademy. And this is the first success story that we have where Anurag has got his first job as an APM by cracking the Relevel Test. So keep watching this video till end because in this video we're gonna be looking the entire interview process, the entire test process at Relevel, and after that how Anurag gradually landed in Shine.com. So before that, folks, I would request you all to please like, share, and subscribe this channel so that whenever I upload any new videos, it reaches out to you immediately. So let's get started. Anurag, why don't you go ahead and introduce yourself?
Yeah, sure, Sugat. I have prepared a deck and just give me a second. I'll share my screen and then we can start.
Perfect.
Hey, so hi everyone. I am Anurag Tiwari and, I completed my engineering in 2021 and, I did civil engineering. And after that, I got a campus placement. I was placed in Cognizant. There I worked in QA team. Basically I did my internship over there and then I converted it into a full-time role. But over the time, I felt that something I can pivot into another role because I know what I can do better and where in what areas I needed to improve. So I explored a little, and then I found about product management. And I think at that point of time, I thought, yes, this could be a role, a perfect mix of management and tech. So definitely I should transition into. Then I started learning about it. I, met a lot of people. I connected over with a lot of people on LinkedIn. And gradually everything happened. Then Relevel occurred to me, and finally I landed into a product management job.
That's pretty awesome, Anurag. Folks, again, you are a great example for people who keep asking about MBA tech background to get into product management. And we are very excited to hear your entire journey. Uh, how you actually start, you heard about Relevel. And if you can also tell to the audience what is actually Relevel by Unacademy.
Yeah, sure. Relevel. Yeah. So, Relevel is a platform. It provides you opportunity. They also provide courses. They also provide tests. They have a variety of tests from associate product management to business development associate for front end, back end, and we have a data analyst and business analyst as well. So you can book your slots over Relevel. You can take the test and everything from test to placement. They takes care of everything. So, it's a complete solution if you are, transitioning into a new role or, you are finding a job.
How did you came to know about this, Anurag?
Yeah. So, when I was into exploring things, I have a lot of friends also, and earlier also, I used to think that I should move into an analyst role. So at that point of time, like back in my fourth year, I was browsing, and then I came across, yes, there's a platform known as Relevel, and then I got familiar with this, and like when I was into, PM. So luckily, they launched a new test on 22nd of January for APM role, and I was the first one on 24th of January to take the test and convert it into a full-time role. So yeah.
Kudos, Anurag. Glad to hear that. And let's hear about more about the kind of test you have to give at Relevel. If you can walk me through the entire process, that would be of great help to the entire audience as well.
Yeah, sure. So this is the basic layout of the Relevel test. If we go around the process, it's very hassle free. You can book a test anywhere, and you can schedule your test as per your convenience. The second, of course, you have to take the test, and I'll go on explaining the test in a later slide. Then, if you clear the test, then interviews happens with the companies, and land in a job in near about only 15 days. So this is a complete, rough layout of the test. There are two phases of the test. Phase one, it consists of 2 rounds, and there is phase two, which have 3 rounds, including an interview. So it's a single day process starting from probably 10 a.m. in the morning and ranging till 6 or 7 p.m. in the evening.
And are there any prerequisite that a candidate has to do before appearing for this test?
This is one of the best things that I loved about Relevel is that it doesn't require, like, if you are from any background, you can take any test. There is no prerequisite like that. The only thing is that you have to be prepared to take the test. That is the only prerequisite. Yeah, that's it.
Perfect. So let's begin and hear about your journey of cracking this level test.
Yeah, sure. So I'll go ahead and I'll explain round by round that what lies in the process. So yes, this is phase one, and round one takes place. Basically, it is an aptitude round, and it consists questions from quants, reasoning, and English. If I go about explaining the question for the audience, the basic problems which which are asked in every competitive exams, like we have time distance problem, we have simple interest, compound interest problems, profit loss problems. So all those cover the quant syllabus. And in reasoning, we have like setting arrangement. So if anyone is familiar with CAT syllabus or any competitive exams, he or she will be aware with this kind of syllabus and the questions. And English in general, we have reading comprehensions, we have sentence correction and paragraphs. So this test is basically of 150 marks, and the mark distribution varies according to the profile. You are taking which profile, and the time given is 60 minutes. It starts at 10 a.m. and lasts till 11. There are overall 50 questions, and yes, and negative marking is also there. So one have to be careful about that, because in order to clear phase one and to move into phase two, you have to take care of the negative marking as well.
Pretty intense, and reminds us of all the competitive exam days and the kind of questions that are being asked. Cool.
Yeah. So we'll start with the round two of phase one. Again, this round, the questions in this round varies from role to role. The APM questions will be a little bit different from BDA or the front end, So, and basically for APM, I'll be discussing about APM. I had a couple of questions like data interpretation question. Basically, they all revolving around some business case scenarios. Okay. Like I'll share, I don't remember the exact question, but I'll share, something like I had a question, a business is there. I had data of sales, quarterly sales and monthly sales. A table was there. I had to answer a few of the question. I have to calculate. And in later stages, I had to answer some of the question on the basis of some metrics. Like we use some frameworks, like we have AAR. So basis of these frameworks, if people go around, reading about all these things, they'll get familiar with all these things, and so it will be easy. Again, this test is of 150 marks, 50 questions, and yes, you have to take care of negative marking again.
Got it. Yeah, and how about the results? So was all these rounds elimination rounds, or was it combined? How candidate proceed to the phase two after this?
Yes, sure. So both the rounds combined are of 300 marks, and this exam, these 2 rounds gets over by like 12:15 or 12:30. So the minimum criteria I'll share. So the criteria to clear for phase two is you have to secure at least 50% marks. That is, you have to secure 150 marks out of 300 in order to move to phase two. The results are declared around 1:30 p.m. You'll get an email that you have successfully qualified for phase two. And then phase two, round 3, 4, 5 starts around 2 p.m. and again the process starts.
Pretty intense. I think single day you have to be there to appear for all the rounds. Yeah, just like a campus placement we generally hear.
Yeah, the process is strenuous, but the tests are very engaging. You'll have fun by appearing for the test. The case study round is very fun. You'll get to read good things. You have to think that how will you in practical world, that how will you go around solving this problem. So in that point of view, the test is very engaging. It is very creatively. I'll say the whosoever is preparing the question, he designed the test very in a very good manner. So people will have fun if they'll go through the entire process.
Okay, perfect. So tell me one thing, like you cleared the test and that's how you proceeded to the phase two. But someone who
Yes.
is unable to clear the phase one, uh, what's in it for them, right? Can they reappear for the test? Is there any cool off period? What happens? Do you have any insight on that?
Yeah, I think, because I took this test in first go and I cleared it in first go. So I'm not very much aware of, but I have heard from someone that there is a 30 days of cooling period if you want to appear for the same test. But apart from that, if you want to appear for any other test, you can book it anytime. Like if you are appearing for APM, you couldn't make it. But if you want to go for BDA, then you can, go directly and you can book as well.
Got it. Makes sense. I think so there is no strict cool off period for other tests. You can definitely apply for other tests in parallel, but if you fail, I think there is a 30 days cool off period for after that you can apply and give the test again.
Yeah.
Cool. So very excited to hear about your phase two journey, Anurag. Yeah, please go ahead.
Yeah, sure. So, results will be my results were announced at 1:30, and then the round two started. I geared up, took my diary, pen, and everything, and the process starts phase two and round three. So, round three and round four basically have the same case study, but the questions are different. Okay, so I'll tell you the case study first. So, we'll continue the same case study in round four as well. The case study was that I was a product manager for an advertising firm. Basically, this advertising firms deal with outdoor advertisement. We see hoardings, banners all over around the city and on highways. So basically, I was into that business. My clients were definitely real estate developers, mall owners, and big businesses, those who publish on outdoor reality. Okay. So now I wanted to create a mobile application and a website for my business. So yeah, this was the case study. And now in round three, I'll go with what were the questions in round three. So in round three, there was one single question that after analyzing this case study, I want to understand the pain points of my customers, that why there is a need to create a website or a mobile application. Okay. And if I'm creating a website or a mobile application, what will be the question I ask to my consumers so that I'll get an insight that what kind of functionalities, what kind of features I want to incorporate in my application or website. So yeah, you have to analyze critically. You have to think from a customer centric approach. Then you will understand that what my problems are, and a mobile application or a website, what will they solve? What is the why? Because in APM we always talk about what is the big why. So until unless you are clear with the why, you can't move ahead with the case study. Yeah. So round three was all about that. I had to figure out that how would I segment my customers? That my main customers, where I'm getting more revenue, so I'll target them first. I'll understand their needs, and accordingly, I'll move through that. So I created a Google Doc. I wrote everything in that. I saved it in my drive, and then I have to copy the link in the answer space provided in the Relevel sheet. So yeah, one have to be really fast in doing all this, because if one is not familiar with creating Google Docs and then sharing links and everything, compressing file if it is needed, he or she will spend 10 or 5 minutes into that, and you will waste your precious time in that.
Got it. Makes sense. Yeah, thanks for sharing that, Anurag. Yeah, look forward to the round four.
Yeah, sure. So, I guess I don't remember the exact timing, but I guess I had 1 hour 15 minutes or 1 hour 30 minutes for this round. And then we moved to round four. The case study remains the same. PM, advertising firm, I have to create a website and all that. Now, this is a bit technical round, I would say, because for APM, because you have to write a PRD. for like everyone PRD's product requirement document, like what your product consists of, what are the functionalities you will build and everything. Then I had to create a basic wireframe of my website or a mobile application. Wireframing is how would I explain this? You land on a website, then you click on some button, then you go on to the next page. So all those pages where everything will be placed, they make a wireframe. And then I have to define the success metric also. Success metrics as in I created everything. But how would I judge that my website is getting traffic, and what would be the metrics I would be judging? So yeah, these three things were there in round 4. And additional one more question was there. Your project is approved by your it was approved, and now you have to explain everything to your product head. So you have to record a video on Loom. They will provide the link over there in the test only. So you have to go to the website, you have to record a video explaining everything. Then you have to, if the size is big, you have to compress it, and again everything will be saved to your Google Drive, and you have to copy the link.
Got it. Sounds interesting, right? All set of things as the product managers, how they work in real time in their organizations. I think Relevel is trying to test those same capabilities, right? Writing of the PRD,
exactly,
and present it to their other stakeholders. So good to know about their evaluation criteria and process they are doing with the candidates. Awesome.
Yeah, sure. So, again, this round is also, I guess, of 1 hour, 30 minutes or so. And after that, the test basically is kind of over, because you'll get a mail after this test that your interview is scheduled at whatever time, because the interviewer is free, then your interview will be scheduled. So my interview was scheduled at 6. Yeah, 6 in the evening. So, I was ready with the interview, and round 5 is interview with the product manager. So we started with the introduction, what my past experience was. I did my engineering. I worked in Cognizant, again, non-IT, IT, and I want to transition into product management. I answered all of the questions because, basically I was clear with my why, that why I want to transition into this field. And if you are clear with everything, then I guess these questions, are a cakewalk for you, because you will be answering all of them. Then we moved to the next thing, that, basically what I did in round 3 and round 4. He asked me about that only, that what was the case study, how, because he wants to understand your structured thinking, that how you think around the problem, how do you solve it. So he is testing that. And I explained him everything. And yeah, he was pretty convinced with the approach which I took. And then again, one more thing he added into that. So he told me that, yes, I agree with everything, but tell me one more thing that you still want to improve in your product. So, I spend my 2 hours or, 3 hours into writing everything. And because I gave my best, and then I took 5 minutes again to think, because, that what I would incorporate. But again, I found out a solution. I gave him the solution, and yes, he was happy that, this idea could, work out. So this happened. Then we moved to a guesstimate. The guesstimate was, it was fun to solve. And he asked me to find the number of pet dogs in Ahmedabad, because at that point of time I was living at my home. So yeah, I again, asked him that can I use my pen and diary, everything. So yeah, he gave me the permission, and I found out the answer. You don't have to be precise with the numbers, like exact to the 1 digit. So I gave him a rough number. Because ultimately the thing is that being a product manager, you have to think. So your approach towards a problem matters than the exact numbers, I would say, at initial level. So yeah, we had fun in that. And next thing he told me that, he gave me few of the, products, and told me that choose one of your favorite. So I chose Uber at that point of time. And then he told me a question, that, the cancellation rates in Uber these days are increasing. So what is your thinking around this? How do you go on solving this problem? So definitely, again, I started to think again. Now I'm not a product manager. I am at the consumer side, because to solve the problem, you have to think like a consumer. So again, I categorize this problem into 2 parts. One is, consumer, one is driver. because cancellation can happen from these two sides only. Either consumer will cancel or the driver will cancel. So then I again, verified everything, each and every detail. I narrowed down the problem by asking questions to the product manager. He told me a few things, and yes, everything was done. And yeah, finally the interview happened, and it was good. I answered everything, and it was fun interacting with the interviewer.
Great to know, Anurag. And yeah, I think the way you answered was very much interesting, since you mentioned how you will be thinking about, and the focus should be all about the problem solving and the user centricity. So yeah, I think what's next after that interview process? How are the entire upcoming things look like with the Relevel and the upcoming interviews that you will have with the companies?
Yeah, so after a tiring day, you can take a good sip of coffee and you can have your meal, and you can relax because, for a complete day you were locked in a room giving tests and everything. So it will take around, I guess, it took 2 days for me for my final result to come. I got a mail from Relevel that, yeah, you cleared the test, and this was the mail. I got another email from Relevel that I have to update or build my profile on Relevel platform, and I have to record a video also. It was kind of video resume, because they will be sharing those details with the companies. So it will be easier for them to segregate the candidates and according to their needs. So I completed the due diligence and I recorded a video also, and it was also fun because I have never created my video resume. I had my resume, but this time I created it, so it was fun doing that. And then I shared everything, and the very next day, Relevel assigned a coordinator for me. We were constantly interacting on phone, on WhatsApp, that yes, your interview is scheduled this day or that day, this company is there, that company is there. So in that manner, everything was going. And yeah, so my interview happened with HT Media. Prior to that, I gave one interview. This was my second interview from Real side. So in this interview, round one happened. I had interaction with senior product manager from Shine.com. Basically, it is a subsidiary of Hindustan Times. So again, we discussed pretty much of the same thing that happened in Relevel, because in an APM or a PM interview, these are the things which are discussed. Estimates is there, case studies are there. So it happened. Everything went well, and followed to that next day, I had another round with the CEO of Shine.com, and yeah, he was a jolly person, and we had a very nice conversation, and everything. The second round was more of about me only, because he wanted to taste my character, that you are not just like everyone is moving towards PM, so you are also moving towards PM. Is this the case, or you really want to break into this? Because we have seen this when data science was on boom, everyone was like leaving everything and transitioning into data science and data analyst. So is this the case? So I told him, no sir, this is not the case. I critically analyzed myself. I found that I'm good at managing things, so according to my skill set, I think I'll be a right fit in this role. So yes, everything, the round two happened on 30th January. It was Sunday. You can imagine he was taking my interview on Sunday, and on 31st of Jan, it was Monday. My appointment letter was rolled out, and I was asked to join the company on 1st of February. Everything was booked. My flight tickets were booked and everything, and I just packed my bag and I landed in Gurugram. So yeah, it was fun.
Congratulations again, Anurag. I think brilliant the effort which you have shown, especially after cracking that Relevel and extensive interviews and tests. Now again, interview with Shine.com and shining on the interviews. Kudos to you again, Anurag. I just want to hear out that so once you have cleared the Relevel test, right?
Mm-hmm.
You created your own profile resume video. Was it something that was sent to multiple companies, or even once you cracked the Shine.com, were you also allowed to sit for other companies?
Yeah, so the thing is that you have to give your answer within 2 days. like the company has rolled out an offer. If I want to take it or not, I have to give an answer in 2 days. If I don't want to go for it, then definitely the interviews are scheduled. I guess Relevel, gives you what, like 8 to 9 opportunities, 8 to 9 companies, and in this manner you can sort out if, look, I have a good offer and I want to, but still I want to try out something else because I think that I might land up in a more a better option. So I can take, I guess, one chance, because if I reject an offer once, I can't do it again, because this also impacts the image of Relevel. People rejecting companies, because in these days hiring talent is very tough, and retaining the talent is more tough. So I guess yes, but the process is good. I think one will find definitely his or her dream job.
Great, Anurag. Uh, So, in this all while, when you were speaking about the entire interview process, the way you were creating PRDs, the way you were tackling the design questions, the guesstimates, uh, how did you learn about all these concepts of product management? Would love to understand your preparation journey that helped you crack this interviews and be at shine.com.
My journey was like, what I would say, the journey, I was at Cognizant. It was, I guess, my notice period. And at that point of time, I was clear that, yes, I want to transition into PM. So the very first thing, or I would say, in this new year, also 2022, I took a resolution. I was already active on LinkedIn, but not that much. So I told myself that, yes, I have to be active on LinkedIn. I want to connect with a lot more people and who are actually in this role, because I want to understand that what these people do and how the interview process happens. So I started exploring LinkedIn. I connected with a lot of people, as I told earlier. So I got many insights from people that how things happen in PM roles. And I was an avid reader from, I guess, class 11th only. So I had a habit of reading articles and books and everything. So this habit also helped me to read more and more, and to get a lot of information that how you go around creating a PRD, or how do you create a wireframe, because these things were new to me. I didn't know about that. And this journey, I would say, was all of about 1.5 months. That's it. I learned everything. I jotted down. I took my notes, and then I went around giving the test, and I cleared it.
Awesome. Did you follow any resources that you can also share it with the viewers so that they can also read through the same kind of resources?
There were a lot of artists. I don't remember, but I'll tell you. The thing is that this question is asked to me also many times, that what are the particular resources, and because there was no one to guide me that what are the particular resources what I have to follow. But yes, there are a lot of books in the market, and if you search around that, cracking the PM interview, I guess there is a book. I'm not sure of the name. You can buy that book. It covers a lot of things regarding PM. Then you can follow. I was following a person named as Sharwan Tiku. He's senior product manager in Baiju, and he have delivered a very good content on his YouTube channel as well as LinkedIn also. You can follow him, go watch his videos, learn whatever you can, and again, follow articles wherever you can. So yeah, I'll say this. I don't remember the particular resources, but in the meantime, definitely I'll search about it and I'll share it on my LinkedIn. Yeah, if that helps.
Thanks, Anurag. And that was a quite a good insight about your journey. Any last, before we wind up the video, right? Any last tips for the viewers who are on the same boat that you were few months back, who was also looking for transitioning into APM programs? Any advice for them?
Yeah, so I would say that first of all, be clear with your why. Because if you will not be clear with your why, that why you want to transition into this, again you will get a job. Eventually you'll find a job, you'll do it. But again, you'll not be happy, and then again you'll start thinking that no, this thing is very buzzword. I want to transition into this field. So this should not happen. Be clear with your why, that you want to transition into a tech role or a management oriented role. So yeah, like that. And coming to the preparation side, I would say start developing a habit of reading, because the more you will read, the more information will you gather, and you have to filter the important things out of it, and then you have to use that information wherever it is required, be it Relevel Test or any interview, I would say. So yeah, these were the two basic things which I follow. And be happy in this journey. Don't take too much stress that I'm not finding a job. I just completed my degree, because when I completed my graduation in 21, and I was also not that sure that I want to transition into tech or non-tech and whatever it is. So I took the job. I landed into Cognizant, and then I had time to figure out that no, I want to move into some another path and like that.
Thanks, Anurag. And I think after watching this video, so many folks will be reaching out to you on LinkedIn, wanted to connect you or have to learn more about you. And I think you would be more than happy to help them and pass it forward. So yeah, I think
Yeah, sure. Yeah, go ahead, go ahead.
no, I think you can complete, Anurag.
Yeah, sure, definitely, Sugat. I would love to help people, who are, who requires help in either clearing the level test or interview process, or want to know more about PM, because when I see people like you and by some other connections who are giving back to the society, because we are into a position which we have imagined for ourselves. Now it's our time that we should start giving back, because the people who need will take advantage of it, and then definitely they will also create their own path.
Thank you, Anurag. It was really fun talking to you. Get to know your entire interview experience and what was Relevel test was about that helped you in this journey today. So signing off, folks. Please like, share, and subscribe this channel, and I will be uploading more such awesome contents on product management. Thank you.